Hello, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Ayers here with our next lesson in ELA. Today, you started your new book, The Earth Dragon Awakens, and we are going to focus today on I can compare and contrast different characters. When you listened to the story, you heard two vocabulary words. The first vocabulary word was tenement. A tenement is a large building that has apartments or rooms for rent that is usually in a poorer part of the city. This is an example of a tenement. Our next word is dialect. Dialect is a form of a language that is spoken in a particular area that uses some of its own words, grammar, and pronunciation. When we read today, I want us to think and look for those two vocabulary words. Also, think about how we can compare and contrast our different characters. You listened to The Earth Dragon Awakens, and when we read today, we were asked to compare and contrast what they mean. What does compare and contrast mean? Well, compare means to look for things, people, places that might be the same or similar. Contrast means to look for things, people, or places that might be different. We're looking for the differences when we are contrasting. How are Henry and Chin alike? How are they different? Let's think about that just for a few minutes. When you heard your story, The Earth Dragon Awakens, we learned about the different characters. We were introduced to many names. What I want us to do is to think about for the next 2 minutes, what did we learn about those characters? What are their names? How are some of those characters alike? And how are they different? Take 2 minutes now to think about that. Now that you thought about what did we learn about those characters and how are they alike and different, let's look at our answers. We were introduced to the Travis family, and the Travis family lives together, while the rest of Asing and Chin's family, are still in China. Both seem like typical boys, Henry and Chin. They both love to read adventure books and dream of doing something exciting when they grow up. Now, let's think about how Henry and Chin are different and how are they the same. Using our graphic organizer, I want us to think about how Henry and Chin are different and how are they the same. First, let's look at Henry. Henry is 8 years old. Henry lives in a house and he is born in the USA. How is he different from Chin? Well, let's find out. Chin is 9 years old. He lives in a tenement, one of our vocabulary words, and was born in China. Now let's think about how are they the same. Looking at the middle of our graphic organizer, we can see that both parents don't approve of the cheap books they like to read. They call them penny dreadfuls. Both Henry and Chin think their dad's jobs are not exciting They actually find them pretty boring. Both are boys. So, summing everything up, do the characters Henry and Chin remind you of people you know? Why or why not? Take a minute now just to think about that. All right, now we're going to be moving on to our task cards, which could be found in our class form within our Google Classroom. Take 20 minutes now to complete the questions within the task card within your Google Classroom. Have a great day.